Yesterday, everything was fine, but today some girl is stealing your favorite guy, or some jerk is hitting on your beloved, or even worse. Your partner is seeking pleasure elsewhere. But why is it so hard for us to stick to our own choices? It's commonly believed that men find fidelity particularly challenging because their animal instincts are supposedly stronger. Indeed, most fauna can't boast of constancy, but let's take birds as an example. Parrots like lovebirds have a great reputation for loyalty. However, studies on these charming family birds and zebra finches showed that infidelity does occur among them. And by the way, females also want to try out as many partners as possible. Alpha males can provide their offspring with excellent genes, while beta males are more likely to be caring fathers. In the end, about 60% of husbands raise adopted children, but humans didn't evolve from birds, so let's look at our closest relatives. Among primates, only a few species are known for their fidelity. Only 27% are considered monogamous, meaning they form stable pairs. And only night monkeys remain faithful. So why did people decide to create these monogamous pairs if everyone enjoyed changing partners? There's an interesting theory about this. Claude Owen Lovejoy, a specialist in functional and comparative anatomy from the USA, reconstructed and studied the female Australopithecus Lucy and an even older girl named Artie. Lovejoy came to very romantic conclusions. Apes turned into humans primarily because they started walking on two legs thanks to love. Or, to put it more practically, for efficient reproduction, we had to stand up. Lovejoy noticed that male Australopithecus and Ardipithecus had relatively small canines. Such teeth couldn't scare off or injure rivals to get the best female, as other hominids like chimpanzees do. So, the scientist hypothesized that over 4 million years ago, men pursued women through more peaceful means. Additionally, newborn apes are more independent than human infants. It seems that Ardipithecus babies required longer and more meticulous care than bonobo and gorilla offspring. This care for the young pushed our ancestors to make a bold move. Men provided women with food while they were busy with the young ones. Women guaranteed partners constant sex even when they weren't ready to conceive. Everyone tried to be a good family member. To bring as much sustenance as possible, the husbands of Lucy and Artie began moving on two legs, using their front limbs just as we use our hands today. By the way, to minimize the risk of male infidelity, females gradually learned covert ovulation. Now, a male couldn't be sure if a particular attractive lady was ready to get pregnant, so he would go to the one who would always agree. Since then, people have strived to build a somewhat solid family, yet they continue to look around. Moreover, regardless of gender, some people are predisposed to cheating, while others aren't. The thing is, the pleasure hormone dopamine is produced less when we use the same stimulus from the same person repeatedly. Simply put, it really becomes a matter of habit. With a new object, the hormone starts attacking our brain again. However, some prudent members of our species refrain from taking active action in this regard. Let's revisit the birds. After studying ostensibly monogamous but not entirely faithful chickadees, an international group of scientists concluded that it isn't about beauty. It wasn't the genetically superior males who fathered more extramarital offspring. It was the genetically bolder ones. The same goes for females. Scientists found that the inclination towards such risky behavior as infidelity is genetically predetermined. The culprit is the dopamine receptor, gene D4. This was tested on humans too. Genetic studies of 200 men showed that 70% of those with the D4 gene cheated, while only 20% of those without it did. This gene doesn't directly relate to sexual behavior. It's all about risk-taking. Although it's passed down from fathers, women inherit it too. D4 carriers are more likely to get involved in adventures, lose fortunes gambling, become alcoholics, or betray their partners. It's not all bad, though. There are more creative individuals and pioneers among them. Of course, you shouldn't justify your infidelities, but now you have a more scientific explanation for your behavior.